We did the sauce competition, we went to it, and we moved to New York City.
This was my last one, Mom. I don't want Dad.
I know, but you need a guardian.
I can, if you really need me.
What does really mean?
Right. No. You're right. You excited? Yes. Nervous, too. Just be there. That's all you have to do. Just be there for her.
Peace.
Oh, sure.
Are you guys ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I've never been back here.
Well, let's get going, girls.
Mackenzie and Rick, how are you doing? Nice to speak to you.
Very good. Good to speak to you too.
Nice to see you.
So first of all, congratulations on the movie. It's fantastic. I loved it a bit. It has all the feelings. I don't usually I don't usually well up when I'm watching movies. So thank you so much for making me cry.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Really, I mean, I think the real reason it hit me so hard is the fact that the trailer particularly, I mean, obviously it does show that it's going to deal with some kind of dark themes, but it kind of shows like the very light kind of side of the father trying to reconnect with the daughter. So I was expecting it to be kind of lighter than that. That levity at the beginning kind of really made the payoff so much harder when it really hit so hard towards the end. So fantastic job. I loved it to bits.
Oh, thanks, Howard. I appreciate that.
So I mean, my first question is for Rick. I mean, like I said there, it's a mix of different things. We've got the competitive dance scene. We've got kind of like this dysfunctional family who's going through something that I don't want to spoil too much. Where did that mix come from? Was it something that kind of maybe a kind of a midlife kind of father midlife crisis type of thing where you wanted to kind of discover with Steve kind of some kind of reckoning with yourself of fatherhood maybe?
Yeah, a little bit of that. Steve was he was actually took Audrey to a national dance competition, and he was sending me pictures of it was in Nashville at a hotel called the Gaylord, and it was like a massive nationals dance competition,
Right.
way beyond the budget of what we had to shoot our little regional dance competition. But it was spectacular and insane, and like the backdrop and setting of something that you would go, yeah, let's make a movie where something happens inside of
Right.
that. And so I was drawn to that and kind of wouldn't let it go. And then during COVID, I had some stuff go down with my family. I didn't lose any of my children, but we had an issue with my older son who had some really bad mental health stuff go down during
Sorry
COVID.
to hear that.
And that was happening. It's all good. He's actually doing really well now. He's great, but I appreciate that. But a lot of families went through stuff, right? And the families went through worse. And we lost their godmother, my dear friend. She passed away. She took her own life. And so there was a lot of stuff going on as Steve and I were kind of building what this was going to be. And so then we just needed to talk about it. And so we kind of faced the most horrifying thing that you could face as a parent and said, okay, let's figure out what this story would be if this was the inciting incident of this trauma and grief that was at the core of this relationship.
Yeah.
And so that's where it came from. The balance of how to do that correctly, with still embracing humor and life and the absurdity of life, and then the actual real reconciling that grief and trauma point. That's where some of the magic happened. But yeah, that was kind of how it came to be.
I mean, you mentioned there that you went to this dance competition. I'm quite curious, Mackenzie. I get the impression that that's very much a cutthroat kind of competition place. Obviously, there's obviously great bonds there. I guess because it is such a cutthroat world there, you create kind of these almost sisterly bonds, no? So I'm quite curious how you created that bond with your co-star, and how kind of those relationships that you've built from having danced yourself, how that kind of informed your performance in this story.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I did grow up in the dance community and in the competition world. And yes, like you said, it is super, super cutthroat. And there's a lot of competition and there's a lot of girls that are not very nice. And so you kind of grow up in this anxious feeling of trying to make friends, but also getting put down by your peers. And I had a really hard time with it, but I
Right.
also made such amazing friendships along the way. And so I think for this film, I felt like I was right back in that where we were in such a cutthroat competition where we were trying to, make it to the end. But we also had this amazing, amazing bond, and we had an amazing bond in real life. I think because we grew up in the same cutthroat industry that we just bonded instantly. We had so much in common, and we just have the same feelings about the dance world, and I loved being alongside her, and obviously Steve. He also is like such a dance dad too.
Yeah.
And so I really felt like I was back in it, but in a good way.
No, but you could tell those the bonds that you created there. Just you could really feel it in the film completely. It's really, really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then not got too much time left. So I mean, I can't not something that surprised me. I mean, I said there that it's a cutthroat industry, a cutthroat kind of competition world there. But what we often see is kind of peer pressure and parent pressure for the kids to either excel or to find a proper job now, which was something that this didn't really kind of explore. It was more focused on something else, which was kind of I enjoyed that. Was there any specific reason why you didn't really explore that side of this world?
I felt like we had those conversations nonstop about how much weight's on the left foot and how much weight's on the right foot, and what's the right dance for the movie, and it felt like where we landed was right. If you go too far deep into that other side of it, the other piece of the story is going to suffer, and then if you go too far to the other piece of the story, then the other thing doesn't pay off. And so you're always trying to strike this happy medium between both of them. And I think where we landed is pretty close to where it should be. I feel like it works for folks. I always have people say to me like, oh my God, when we're in the dance world, I love being in the dance world. You could just do the whole thing. And then other people go to me and say, I'm so grateful to have this film because this happened to me in our family last year, and it helped me. It's helping me talk about it and help me. So it's the juggle. It's the juggle of the two stories and the two.
It's gonna help so many people.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll leave you with this. I mean, what I really took away with it, especially from those final moments, those kind of more tense, dramatic scenes, is the fact that it really kind of shone a light on how naive the parents can be in some of these situations and how much more mature the younger people can deal with it. And the conversation was actually, I don't want to give too much away, but the conversations, some of them were started thanks to the younger generation in the movie, which I really appreciated. And it was a kind of a lesson to me as a parent of two teenage kids as well. It takes two to tango and to sort things out and to get through trauma, which I really appreciated so much, which I imagine was something that you really wanted to convey via the film, no?
The whole thing. I mean, you just said the whole thing. I feel like there's so much wisdom. I feel like my kids have so much wisdom and I have learned so much from them, and most of it was generated out of honesty. And so sometimes as adults, we tend to move away from that because there's a polite space that feels better for us, but actually the truth and wisdom of a teenage experience or a young adult experience is exactly where you need to be. And if you can take the time to really be in that space and really listen as a parent, there's all this stuff that opens up to you and you can almost remember it again. And I think that's really what she does, right? She gives her dad this gift.
Yep. She gives him like this. She opens the door a little bit for him to let it out. Yeah.
To walk through. Yeah, exactly. So, I'm really glad that you loved it, man. It means so much to me. It's one of those, Steve and I really just wanted to make a cinematic, independent film that families could watch together. And when I watch kids and parents watch it, teenage kids especially, and they both go, I can't believe we both like this movie as much as we did. Yeah. That's all that matters to me.
So special.
Coupled to that, that's why it needs to be seen in the theater when it releases in the theaters, because
Absolutely.
it needs
March
to be
27th. It has
seen
to
together. Listen,
Hey,
I could speak to you for hours, but they give me the rap, unfortunately. Congratulations again. I wish you the
Thank you so
best
much.
of success with the movie, and I hope to speak
Thank
to you
you
again
so
sometime
much.
soon, guys.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye.
Howard.
Thank you
Appreciate
All
so
right.
much.
It's been
Thank
a
you
real
so much,
pleasure.
man.
All right, take
All
care
yeah,
then.
real pleasure.
Bye.
Cheers
Bye-bye.
then. Have a good day.
You too.
Sometimes this road we're on is brutal and exhausting. Like there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Like we don't have a say in any of it. But maybe we do.
Can we talk about Jack?